Hi everyone. In this video, we will learn top 25 Java interview questions. What is Java? Java is a high-level, class-based, object-oriented programming language developed by Sun Microsystems in 1995 and now maintained by Oracle. Its standout promise, write once, run anywhere, means that Java code is compiled into universal bytecode, which then runs seamlessly on any system equipped with a Java Virtual Machine, JVM. In practice, you write Java code, Java file, the compiler turns it into bytecode, class file, and the JVM at runtime interprets or compiles that into machine code specific to your operating system, be it Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, eliminating the need to recompile your program for each platform. What are the main features of Java? Java offers a powerful blend of features that make it a favorite among developers. It's platform independent, because once code is compiled into bytecode, it runs anywhere there's a Java virtual machine. It's object-oriented, built on core principles like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. It's robust, thanks to strong type checking, exception handling, and garbage collection. It's secure, with no direct memory access, bytecode verification, and a JVM-managed sandbox. It's multi-threaded, enabling concurrent execution for better performance. It's portable, meaning the same program works across all platforms, and it achieves high performance through just-in-time, JIT, compilation at runtime. Explain JDK, JRE, and JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, the runtime engine that executes Java bytecode, and every operating system has its own JVM implementation. JRE, or Java Runtime Environment, contains the JVM, plus the libraries needed to run Java applications, but does not include development tools like compilers. JDK, or Java Development Kit, is the full package for developers. It includes the JRE, along with compilers, debugging tools, and other utilities. Think of it this way: JDK equals sign JRE plus compiler plus tools. JRE equals sign JVM plus libraries. JVM equals sign bytecode execution engine. Explain the main OOPs, concepts in Java. Java's core object-oriented programming concepts include encapsulation, where data and the methods that manipulate it are wrapped inside a class, and access is controlled using access modifiers like private and public. Inheritance, where one class acquires properties and methods from another using extends, promoting code reusability. Polymorphism, the ability for a single action to behave differently in different contexts, achieved through method overloading at compile time and method overriding at runtime. And abstraction, the process of hiding internal details and exposing only essential functionality, accomplished through abstract classes and interfaces. Difference between double equals and equals. In Java, double equals checks if two references point to the same object in memory, while equals checks the actual content of objects if the class has overridden it. What is a constructor in Java? A constructor in Java is a special method that initializes an object when it is created. Its name must match the class name, and it does not have a return type, not even void. Constructors can be overloaded. There are two main types: the default constructor, which is provided by Java if no constructor is defined, and a parameterized constructor, which accepts arguments to initialize object fields. Primitive versus non-primitive data types. In Java, primitive types are the basic data types built into the language, like int, float, char, boolean, and others, that store values directly in memory, whereas non-primitive types, such as string, arrays, and user-defined objects, are created by programmers and store a reference to a memory location. What is string immutability in Java? In Java, a string object is immutable, meaning once created, it cannot be changed. Any operation that appears to modify a string, such as concatenation, actually creates a new string object, while the original remains unchanged in the string pool. This immutable nature enhances thread safety, ensures security by preventing unexpected changes to shared data, and improves performance through caching mechanisms like hashcode reuse. String builder versus string buffer. String buffer is thread safe and synchronized, which means multiple threads can safely access it but this makes it slower. On the other hand, String Builder is faster and not thread-safe, making it ideal for use in single-threaded environments. Explain garbage collection in Java. Garbage collection, GC, in Java is an automatic memory management process that removes unused objects from the heap to prevent memory leaks and keep applications efficient. While you cannot force GC to run, you can request it by calling system GC, though this is only a suggestion and the JVM may ignore it. Under the hood, JVM implementations like Hotspot commonly employ a mark-and sweep process, first identifying unreachable objects mark, and then clearing them from memory sweep to reclaim space for new objects. Difference between final, finally, and finalize. Final is a keyword used with variables, constants, methods cannot override, and classes cannot extend. Finally is a block that always executes after a try-catch and is typically used to release resources. Finalize is a method called before the garbage collector deletes an object. What is multithreading in Java? Multithreading in Java is the process of executing multiple threads concurrently, each thread being a lightweight, independent path of execution, so that they share memory while having separate execution flows. It's typically achieved using the thread class or the runnable interface, offering significant benefits like improved CPU utilization and faster execution for independent tasks. Explain thread lifecycle. A thread in Java starts its life in the new state, created but not yet started. When it start method is called, it moves into the runnable state, meaning it's eligible to run and awaiting CPU time. Once the scheduler assigns it CPU, it enters the running state and executes. A thread may then go into a waiting or timed waiting state, waiting indefinitely via methods like wait or join, or for a specified time via sleep or timed wait mechanisms, before going back to runnable when the condition or timeout occurs. Finally, after completing its execution or encountering an error, the thread transitions to the terminated state. Explain synchronized keyword. In Java, the synchronized keyword ensures that only one thread at a time can execute a block of code or method, preventing data inconsistency and thread interference. When a thread enters a synchronized method or block, it acquires the lock monitor on the associated object or class, blocking other threads from entering until the lock is released. This guarantees exclusive access and helps maintain consistent shared data. Explain volatile keyword. Ensures that a variable's latest value is always read from main memory, not from thread local cache. Prevents stale values in multi-threaded apps. Process versus thread. A process is an independent program executing in its own memory space, while a thread is a smaller unit within a process. It shares the process's memory, yet operates independently. For clarity, in Java, a process refers to the JVM or other OS-level program running code, and it has its own allocated memory and resources. In contrast, a thread is known as a lightweight subprocess. It shares the process's resources like memory and file handles, but executes on its own control path. This distinction is powerful, as threads are far more lightweight and efficient to create and manage, allowing concurrent execution within a single process. What is Executor Framework? The Executor Framework, part of Java, util, concurrent, provides a high-level solution for managing multi-threading. Instead of manually creating new threads for each task, it manages a pool of worker threads and schedules tasks efficiently, reusing threads to boost performance and scalability. This approach reduces the overhead of thread creation and makes concurrent programming simpler and more robust. Collection versus collections. In Java, collection is an interface, part of the core collections framework, serving as the root interface for types like list, set, and queue, and representing a group of objects as a single unit. On the other hand, collections is a utility class containing static helper methods such as sort, reverse, and synchronize list that operate on or return modified views of collection instances. ArrayList versus LinkedList. ArrayList is a dynamic array implementation of the list interface that offers fast random access, thanks to constant-time index-based retrieval, but tends to be slower when inserting or deleting elements in the middle, because it must shift elements. In contrast, linked list is based on a doubly linked list structure, making insertions and deletions faster, especially at the head or tail, although random access is slower since it requires traversing the list. Hashmap versus hashtable. Hashmap is not synchronized and allows one null key and multiple null values, making it fast and flexible, but not thread-safe. In contrast, hashtable is synchronized, which makes it thread-safe but slower, and it does not allow null keys or values. Checked versus unchecked exceptions. Checked exceptions in Java are validated at compile time, meaning the compiler enforces that you either handle them with a try-catch block or declare them using throws. Examples include I/O exception and SQL exception. Unchecked exceptions, on the other hand, occur at runtime and typically represent programming errors. These exceptions are not enforced by the compiler. Common examples are null pointer exception and arithmetic exception. Throw versus throws. Throw is used inside a method or block to explicitly throw an exception object at runtime, while throws is used in a method signature to declare that the method might pass on certain exceptions to its caller. Can we overload the main method? Yes, you can define multiple main methods in a class with different parameter lists. This is called method overloading. However, the JVM will only invoke the standard public static void main string args method when launching the application. How to make a class immutable. To make a class immutable, declare the class as final, make all its fields private and final, provide no setter methods, only getters, and initialize all fields through a constructor, if any fields are mutable themselves. Ensure proper defensive copying both in the constructor and in getter methods to maintain immutability. Why is string final in Java? In Java, the string class is declared final to preserve its immutability. Preventing modification after creation adds crucial security, ensures thread safety when sharing strings across threads. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment if you need questions for any other subjects or topics.